as you see inflows into the BlackRock ETF, it's really a representation of demand from the wider investment market. So, okay, what's really going on here? And that's where it's important to zoom out. Okay. Let's say Bitcoin is a roughly $2 trillion market today. Total global assets are roughly 900 trillion. So, wow. Well, Bitcoin's not even 1% of the market. That's absolutely wild, right? If we get to $9 trillion of Bitcoin value, then suddenly you're at 1% of global assets. So, okay, well, if Bitcoin is faster, stronger, cheaper, i.e. like from a technological play, it will outcompete the status quo. And you try and compare, you say, okay, look, gold is roughly a $25 trillion market right now. Gold is very good at holding value across time. And putting aside all the gold suppression pricing that happens due to the ability of central banks to use like very gray partners in different parts of the world to basically short sell gold. Larry Lepard's a really interesting person to listen to talk about that, the gold market experts all over this. But what Bitcoin is much better than gold at is sending value across space. So imagine you're sending gold from Tokyo to New York, or you're sending gold from Sydney to London. It's like, it's going to take time. There's a lot of cost involved because you've got to protect it on the way there. It's very hard to split up. It fails essentially at sending value across space. Whereas Bitcoin, you can send a decimal place of it at a fraction of a second anywhere in the world, as long as someone's plugged into the Bitcoin network. You're like, whoa, I mean, this is a game changer. And so global assets, 900, roughly. Well, 1% of that, 9. Bitcoin, 2. Do you bet that Bitcoin is going to be better at doing what gold does than gold? Yes. Okay, so you've got a $20 trillion market cap to go after. You're already at 2, so you're taking 10% of that market. Could it get to 50? Yeah, I think it might well easily get to 50 because gold doesn't even send value across space. Okay, well, that's already massive upside from here. And then you look at the global market for assets, like, oh my God, Bitcoin is so tiny compared to everything else that currently exists. And I personally believe it's much better at store of value than housing. So the real estate market's going to get absolutely trashed. The bond market's going to get absolutely trashed. And those two, for me, are the first ones who are like, come on, like people are dropping investment properties to buy Bitcoin. People are dropping bonds to buy Bitcoin. And those are hundreds and hundreds of trillions of dollars of value. Long story short, hyper bullish. And using this kind of macro lens helps to do that. But it's like, okay, what the ETFs really represent is people who have regulated themselves out of owning Bitcoin in self-custody, or perhaps don't want to take the risk of holding the keys themselves. There are additional reasons why you wouldn't do it, don't get me wrong. And that's what I find exciting about the ETFs. I just hope, touch wood, that they don't get rug pulled in some savage way, what happened with gold in the 30s in the US. Because, you might make 4x, 3x your money, who knows, and you want to get it out. So, well, actually, we'll give you dollars back. I don't want dollars. I want the Bitcoin. And then it might just break in a kind of spectacular way.